So, welcome back to the final part of this morning's training. Did you have time for walking around? Did you do some exercise? Did you look away? Did you get a drink or snack? Yes, 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 yes. I hope so, because as we decided before, we are responsible, aren't we, for the health of our participants. And did you also get time to explore, find out, listen to, watch parts of, make notes, report back in the Zoom room and in the WhatsApp chat on modules 1 and 2? I don't know if you've had enough time, but we're going to move on now and think about some of the things that you've done. So, first of all, again, which was the easiest? Which type of resource is most useful? Which is the most interesting? And how many hours would it actually take to watch all the videos, read all the posts on Instagram, Facebook, and X or Twitter? Again, huge amount, isn't it? And you're putting loads of really good links in the chat. Yeah, one problem here is there are so many links, there are so many lesson plans. How are you going to organize this for your teachers? Are you just going to say, here are millions of links, look at them all, blah, blah, blah? Or are you going to help guiding them? Okay, so one thing you can do is using the quarterly themes planned by the British Council. At the moment, till the end of September, it is on assessment. And then after that, it's going to be on planning lessons. So you can use those themes to focus teachers on those specific areas. Or you can get them to suggest things they need for their classroom, relevant things they need, and maybe focus one day on each particular topic in your WhatsApp group after the training. Because one thing we don't want is for teachers to be overwhelmed with so many different resources. Sometimes when we have too much food on our plate, we don't want to eat anything. Have you experienced that? Sometimes seeing so many resources, you think, oh, I'll leave them all. So we need to be focused and help. Any comments about any of these questions on the screen? And any questions? Again, you can unmute and ask your question, and or you can write in the chat. We're going to come to the end of this session with the PowerPoint in a minute, and I'm going to close the PowerPoint and we're going to have an actual physical chat about some of these things to round off the session today. Before that, though, I'm asking you problems, questions, issues, because I want you to predict which problems, issues, and questions that your teachers will have. The whole point of this is to get you trained up and confident so that you can train another 50 teachers in Senegal. So I'd like you now to predict in the chat or unmute and say any problems or questions that you think the teachers will have. The more you predict beforehand, the easier it's going to be to deal with these problems and issues. So, right, Papa Welly. Yes, selecting is the key. Yes. So you might need to guide them and you might need to tell them that they need to select. Connectivity issues, Salyu. With your teaching, your training is going to be face-to-face, so they won't have the connectivity issues. There will be Wi-Fi in your training place, so they'll be able to use that. And then when they go back to their homes, they might not have the connection, but they will know where to find the resources, I suppose. Adaptability within their teaching context. What's the issue with that, Macaire? Do you think they can't adapt them or they'll need more help adapting them? In which case, we need to help them, don't we? And we need to take one article, take one lesson plan and show them and demonstrate in the WhatsApp group maybe how you can adapt it to teaching in Senegal. Examples are good. Examples of what you've done in your classes to adapt a lesson plan or a methodology or an article. If you share what you've done, that's going to be a good model for the others. Okay, yeah, Famata, gathering the 50 teachers. Yes, okay. So, we'll talk about that in a minute, your actual training, yeah? Why, Salio, are you going to get a bit of resistance or reluctance to try the resources? If it's going to help their teaching, why would they be resistant or reluctant? Okay, you're coming up with some really good ideas and predicted issues here. Great. I want you to go into them a bit more detail. We're going to have a chat in a minute. Papa Welly, time management. Too much to cover for a single workshop. Okay, was this too much today? I'm leaving space and I'm modeling the whole plan so that you can do it with them. If it's too much for you, it'll be too much for them. If it's not too much for you, will it be too much for them? Okay, Macaire, teachers are reluctant to use lesson plans. Oh, do they not use lesson plans at the moment? Fixed mindset. Yes, the whole idea of how to teach and what to do. And this is where this training comes in very useful, doesn't it? Because if teachers, maybe they trained 5 or 6 years ago and they've got a few lessons and they always do the same thing, this is going to maybe revolutionize their teaching, isn't it? And get them teaching better. If the teaching is better, the learning is going to be more effective. What a brilliant result for the country. Yeah, so we need to motivate people. We need to present it in a really interesting, motivating way. We need to be very encouraging. We need to model things, okay, so that teachers will try out some of these lesson plans, ideas, come to the webinars and revolutionize their teaching. Okay, great problems and issues predicted there. We have next steps now. Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to close this in a minute and we're going to have a chat about some of these issues that you've just put in the chat. Have a look at the next steps. I'm going to post a mid-course recorded video after this session has finished today. And I want you to, again, watch it and do the tasks. And you will need to WhatsApp me directly for some of the tasks. I put here I might reply or I might not. It depends on when I look at your WhatsApps, but I don't need to reply immediately to that. You do need to do that recorded video before Thursday. So we had the pre-course recorded video. Today has been the face-to-face Zoom first session. You've got the mid-course recorded video before Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, we're going to do the same thing in Zoom. It's a different link. So please make sure you come to the right Zoom meeting, the right Zoom room. And it's going to be the second part of the online training, same times, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to be looking at modules 3 and 4, and we're also going to be looking at the PowerPoint that you're going to use and predicting any issues with it. After Thursday, you have a third video with tasks, the post-course recorded video, number 3 here, and I'll post that after Thursday, so you'll need to find some time to watch that and do the tasks. Then, not finished, the main event of the whole thing, number 4, is your own one-day training course to 50 teachers. I think it's going to be on a Saturday in October, is it? We can talk about that in a minute. We don't just want that training day though, because it's not enough, is it? You can expose them to the resources, tell them about them, but it's not going to be enough. You need follow-up. So you're going to have follow-up with your teachers via a WhatsApp group. So you're going to create a community of practice, not just posting links saying, do this, do this, do this, but as we've said before, encouraging them, motivating them, sharing what you've done, talking about failure as well as success in using these resources. Sometimes it's a really useful thing to share with the teachers something that went wrong for you and see how you can all learn from it. So you're going to have that follow-up with your teachers after the training day, and then you're each going to book a meeting with me in December. We'll have a Zoom meeting each alone, individually, and you're going to tell me about your experience, tell me what you learnt, tell me what went on with your teachers, report back to me about the WhatsApp group, and we're going to evaluate how this whole process went. Okay. So is that okay, those next steps? Any questions about the next steps? Okay. I'm going to close the PowerPoint now, and we're going to all have a little chat. Okay, so if you'd like to put your videos on, if you can't put your videos on, don't worry, but I want you all to interact now, and we're going to start discussing some of those things that we were talking about before. Okay, let's start. Oh, okay, we've got a question here. Some of the things we didn't mention before. Will we have the possibility to use the recording of this session? Use it how? How do you want to use it? Mortala, can you unmute and tell us? What do you mean by use it? Mortala?
Yeah, I just wanted to know that if it is going to be available and where is it available? If you
What?
can, if you can access the recording of the session.
Okay, so yeah, you can have it, you can access it, you can watch it again, but I'm not sure about why you'd want to use it because you're not going to use my session with you, with your teachers. This is just for you. Okay. So
Okay,
yes, I'm gonna make YouTube videos of the recordings this afternoon. I'll post them in the group. I'll post the slides as well.
okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
great. Okay, so we've got another comment in the chat about the teachers may not have the same background as us in using technology. Good point. Okay, what can we do if they don't have the same background, if they're not confident in using technology? Websites, email addresses, registering for things. What's the solution to that problem that, who put that comment? Famata put. Any solutions with technology and familiarity?
Hello? Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, what I meant is maybe when you talk about the use of having an email address, it is easy to prepare the teachers beforehand and then have them have those technologies. But you know, some colleagues are kind of reluctant using technology. So you may have them trained and then, but after that, they may not be really keen on using them because we have several problems. It depends on the area you're teaching in. Uh, in addition to connectivity problems, some people they find it kind of very difficult to surf around the net. It's not kind of their habit. So that's what I meant. And for this, I have no idea how you can really support them once they return back to their teaching places and they don't feel like using that apart from motivating in the WhatsApp group.
Great point, Famata. Yes. Okay, so what solutions do we have? Who can help with that problem? I think it'll probably be a general problem that lots of people will have. Who's got some solutions? Please unmute. And you can chat normally, or you can put your solution in the chat. Who wants to supply a solution to that?
Hello, Linda. Hello,
Hi.
everyone.
Hi.
Hello. I just want to react to Fatmata's issue. Just to, I don't know if it is a solution or not, but I find that before we do the training, don't we need to see the background of the list of the 50 teachers we are going to train, just to see if they have a background on technology before doing that training. I think we need that. We do not, we are not going to have 50 teachers who haven't got any background on technology. If we do so, I think that that can be a mess. We will
Okay,
have
I
problems
think
to
that's a
deliver
good
the
point.
work.
That's a good point, Anta. It's up to you who you choose. Some people are going to get the help of the ministry with their choice of teachers, but I think it's better to teach teachers with no background in technology than teachers who can already use technology. Now, this is the 21st century, and the use of technology is not going to get less, is it? Now, people's children are going to be growing up with technology, and the parents need to know how to use it as well to protect their children. So it's not complicated, complex technology. This is, using a phone, using a laptop. I think most adults now can use a phone for talking on and for messaging. Yeah, it's no great step for that to look up a website and click on a website. It might take them longer. But the other day, I was teaching my parents. My parents are 93, very, very old, and they've never used any technology. But I taught my dad. My parents are now in their house, but they can't go out very much. I taught my dad to order his shopping online. And this was a huge thing for him. He's 93. He's never had any technology, but I showed him what to do. We went through it a few times and he learnt and he did it alone. So this is the modern world. It's something everybody needs. We have a responsibility as teachers to guide other teachers, and then they have a responsibility to guide their students. Even the students in the remotest most regional region of Senegal, they will need this. Do you agree? Everything is possible. Some things take a bit longer. Excuse me. So some people might be a bit slower. Some people might not want to engage with technology, but they might see that they have to, just for general life. And I think showing them the advantages will really help. You agree, Anta? Great. And any other solutions for that? Because I think this is going to be a problem we're going to come across, isn't it? I have heard, especially women, because women don't have so much access to phones. Do you agree? In regional Senegal? Maybe if there's one phone of the family, is it the male who usually has the phone? We can get the buy-in of the males to show the females what to do it with them, to do it as a family activity, maybe. They do. Everyone has phones, Famata, or males have more phones than females. Often it's for professional use, isn't it? So yeah, we understand why. But we are teaching not just English, we're teaching life, aren't we? We're preparing our students for the future. And I think we need to interact with all these things on all these levels. Okay? Any other issues you think are going to be problems for your teachers? Saliu, please unmute and speak. Saliu, yeah, you got your hand up, please. Yeah, please speak very close to your microphone.
Okay, I have got the headset. Can you
Okay.
hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes, great.
All right. I would like to ask a question about the choice of teachers, because I think it might be problematic for someone like me who has just been posted in another region of Senegal. I've been teaching in the north and have been just posted in the center. So I don't know the schools, I don't know the teachers. So I think I will need the minister to help me in the choice of teachers.
Okay. Is there a branch of ATIS in your area? Because ATIS is the teacher association, and there are regional branches across the country. If there is a branch of ATIS, then they will have a list of members. Can you communicate? Do you know anybody who can help you in ATIS?
Yeah, I know somebody.
Okay,
Yes, I
so
know
that's one
somebody.
solution. And the other solution is Michelle, because she is there in Senegal. I'm afraid I can't help you because I'm not there. Yeah. But I think using Michelle and using the British Council connections and using ATIS, also, you people in the group, you can help each other. Because if any of you know the people for Selu, you're in which region? I can't remember which region you're doing. If anybody else has links or connections to teachers in his region, please share. We want to work together. Maybe some of you have a lot more teachers than you can deal with, more than 50. So you might need to share some of yours with other teachers. Okay, try to see Sheikh Faye. Great. Okay, good comments here. I think in your training of your group, I think you have to be quite fixed and yeah, insistent, like I have been with you. Like you've got to be there on time. You've got to do this beforehand. You've got to attend all the session. You've got to interact. That sort of thing, I think, because it makes people learn better from the resources. Papa Weller, please unmute.
Well, thank you. I would like to make some suggestions regarding the grouping of teachers, because many elementary teachers are switching to teach English in Senegal, and most of them they haven't had any previous training, and then I'm sure that they would like to join. Now, for example, I myself am I'm the facilitator in the region of Kolda for those starting in primary school. So I would suggest my colleagues in this group to get in touch with what is called the point focal. In each region, there is a point focal, and that person can try to get them some teachers, maybe 10 primary teachers switching to teach English. And most of them, they are quite young and they are at ease with technology. But maybe what is lacking is maybe the professional main qualifications. And I'm sure that if they start with these materials, it's going to be a good thing. So that's what I'm suggesting.
I think that's a
Thank
great
you.
suggestion. Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's great. Does everyone agree? And again, it's got to be varied, hasn't it? Because if we have all the same secondary school teachers that always come to ATIS sessions, it's going to be the same market, the same group of teachers. We want to access teachers who haven't seen these resources before, who need stuff for the classroom. And elementary teachers who are starting off, it'd be great, wouldn't it? They might be more enthusiastic being young before they become old and unmotivated, maybe. Anta, what would you like to say?
Okay, Linda, I just want to react on the solution that Papuele suggested a while ago. What is the problem? Are we going to find the 550 teachers?
Sorry, your connection has gone. Sorry, your voice is breaking up. Maybe you'd like to put your question in the chat if the connection's not strong enough. Sorry about that link. Famata, would you like to speak?
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to talk about that issue of finding. I really hope that the ministry is going to help us with finding 50 teachers because, for example, the area I'm teaching in Infatic is kind of very large. I'm maybe a cell coordinator. I was a cell coordinator, I should say. But if I take from the habits of organizing cell meetings, for example, we have a principle. I mean, we most of the time they ask us to avoid us inviting teachers for a meeting over the 15th because they may have transportation issues, etc. I mean, in terms of finance. So the month of October, we are starting the school in maybe the 5th. By the time people, they go back home with the beginning of the year and they are installed in their teaching places, it can be very, I mean, maybe not very, it can be difficult to invite them to one place for a face-to-face meeting. Knowing that October is very, there are a lot of things that people have to do. So I think that the first idea of the ministry trying to find us the 15 teachers participants could have been much easier than we ourselves searching for those teachers, because the context is that kind of easy for us.
Okay. Now this is beyond my power, okay, because I'm not in Senegal at the moment. I'm just checking down the list. Michelle's not in the meeting at the moment, and you'll have to raise this with Michelle, okay, because she is organizing the project and this course, and she is the one who's in touch with the ministry and in the country, okay. So please talk to her and talk to her as soon as possible, but have reserve ways of getting teachers as well. Now, we cancelled this from the first time we were organising it. When was it? May? June? May? We couldn't do it then. We've got to do it now. So there is no question about doing it or not. I don't know. I have no contacts with the ministry, so I can't help you there. Michelle is the one who can. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. If they don't, you have to get your own contacts and use ATAS, the Teacher Association. Okay, use them as well. Okay, Mama was saying about including the inspectors as well. Good idea. And the teacher trainers. Yes, 50 is quite a big number. Okay, but I think that was in your contract, so it's got to be 50 now. Too late to change that. And this is why we're meeting now this week. You've got to try and get started. If Michelle says that the ministry can't help you, you've got to find them some other way. Use your own contacts. Use contacts of contacts and use ATIS as well. Abu, what would you like to say?
Okay, Linda. So my worries are.
Can you speak closer to your microphone? Can you speak with the mic close to the microphone?
Okay. Can you get me?
That's better now, yes.
Okay, I say that my worries are trying to gather 50 teachers at the beginning of the school year with all the financial expenses that they have to do with the opening of the school for their children, and then moving from a place to another place to go to teach, gathering them without any motivation given to them is a problem for me, truly speaking. You know, we used to organize meeting with ATES, we used to organize meeting with our regional cells, but most of the time, when we are organizing this, we inform them months before, and then they get ready for that. So to be able to collect money for the breakfast, meaning the coffee break, and the lunch. Most of the time, also, if it is with the British Council or the RELO, they used to give them transportation when they come to join these meetings. So I think it will be very, very difficult. It is doable, but it will be very difficult to gather all 50 teachers in having them in 2 sessions. That will be a problem because they come from far places.
It's one session. One session you need to do. It's going to be one Saturday, not two. One session. Okay, so now I know this is going to be difficult. This is not easy. That's why you're getting paid for it. Okay. So there are difficulties. I agree. It's always difficult to get a group of teachers together. It was difficult earlier in the year. It's going to be difficult now. Okay. So it's not going to be an easy thing. As for motivation, this is up to you to motivate the teachers. Okay. So if you start saying, things have got to, let's find all these wonderful resources. Let's use this. Don't say, oh, we need to come together and we need to tell you things. You've got to think of the ways to motivate. Okay. And of course, it can be in November. So if you want to give notifications now for November, great. You've got 2 months' notice. That's fine. Okay. And you can set up the WhatsApp group before then and get people organized. Okay. So there's ways around it all the time, but we can't just say it's going to be too difficult. We can't do it. Now, luckily, Michelle has now joined back, and she is here to answer some of your questions. Michelle, are you there?
Hi.
Yes, Michelle.
Hello.
So what they're talking about is the difficulty of getting 50 teachers together. Some people were saying they'd really like the ministry to help. Some people saying it's going to be difficult to organise in advance without the transportation money. Do you have any suggestions, any solutions?
Yes, obviously it's going to be difficult to have all 50 teachers, whether we do it now or later. And for that, I did enroll the help of the ministry and also of the teachers educators. I already been in touch with the ministry and the teachers educators, asking them, because they already have a network, asking them to provide a list of teachers who might be interested in the training. So I am working on that. I've been working on that, and now it's just a matter of getting the list from those people. But since we don't want to rely on just one source, that's why I also ask you if you have a group of teachers that you know. I know for sure in your area you do know teachers. You're already in touch with teachers in various WhatsApp group. You can always contact them and see if they'll be interested. And if they are, you just put them in the list. I understand that it's the budget is tight and that we cannot provide transportation for all of those teachers. However, we are going to provide for a place for them to take the training, and also we're going to provide for food. And on top of that, they are learning something. It is for their own benefits. So you need to find ways to motivate them for them to participate. And it's just one day. It's not 2 days, it's not 3 days, it's just one day. And you do the training and it's done. And maybe you will just follow up with them if they have additional questions or if they have additional problems. But that's it. And I think the further we postpone, the harder it is going to get. I heard Linda suggest November. Yes, for sure, we could do it in November. But the problem is when we're going to push it to November, you're going to come back and tell us that we have exams. Yes. And December, it's going to be the end of the year. So we might as well do it now, be done with it, then postpone and postpone and postpone. It has already been postponed.
It was just that somebody
once.
said they need 2 months' notice. That was all.
Oh,
so yeah, this is
no,
not
I don't
postponing.
think-
This
I
is
don't f- I
October
don't-
or yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need 2 months' notice. The ministry has been already informed. So in any case, if the teacher says, for example, we don't have permission, we can always contact the ministry and get those permission. It's not a problem. This has been started since last year, well, not last year, let's say last term. It started in May, June, and we postponed it because you guys were too busy with schoolwork. And we understand that. And that's why we postponed it for your sake and for ours. But I don't think it's good at this point to postpone any further. We need to work together and find a solution. Yes, you can tell to the teachers, yes, you won't be paid, there's no transportation, but in exchange, you will get new information, you will get new training, and they will receive certificates. It's not like they're not going to get nothing out of it. They'll receive certificates, and the people who are more into, more engaged, who are going to log in and get training courses and all that, they're going to receive a prize. So it's not for nothing. It's for the own benefit of the teachers and also for you, because remember, this is an exercise after receiving your ACT graduation certification. This is an exercise for you. This is a way for you to practice as well. So it's a win-win for all of us. That's why I really ask for your cooperation. I understand it's not going to be easy. I myself have a big task of finding location that are appropriate for all of you to do your training. So believe me, it's a very daunting task, but let's all work together and make this happen. I don't know if you've noticed, but we already have 3 dropouts. Unfortunately, we were supposed to be, I think, 14, 15 teachers, but now we already have 3 dropouts. I guess it's due to the postponement. I understand that, but the longer we wait, the harder it's going to get. So let's all work together and make this happen, please.
Thank you, Michelle. I think that's great and very reassuring. I think one thing that motivates teachers is with the idea that it'll make their teaching easier. Now, teaching is a difficult job. Teaching takes a lot of time. If there's something that will make teaching easier, then surely that's motivation. So if it's extra resources to help, things to look up, all these publications, all the definitions about teaching, all the lesson plans, all of these extra things, lesson ideas, this is what teachers need all the time to make their teaching easier and more effective. Okay, would that motivate them, do you think? And then we have to train them in the way that use this and it will make your teaching easier. It's not giving them extra work, it's actually long-term making them more effective. Okay. Okay, so Mamawa, what would you like to say? Please unmute.
Thank you, Linda. I just have a question for Michelle. Before you get in, I don't know if you were already in. Somebody talked about including the teachers from elementary. I don't know if among the 50 teachers we can have those from the elementary school because they're very much interested.
Oh, that's a great question, Mama. Thank you. Actually, originally the plan was also to include some teachers from the primary. However, I am having second doubts at this point because I don't know if you know, but we're currently running a online training course for some teachers in the primary, and we have noticed that some of them have big, problems with digital skills. So I'm a bit worried if we get them involved in this training course, we might need to, it might be too hard for some of them, not all of them, but some of them. So that is the question I am going to discuss with the ministry and see if we can eventually have something separate for them. Just to make sure that they are going to go at the same pace. They're not going to be left behind if ever they're included with the teachers from the secondary. Because I reckon from my experience with you guys, some teachers at the secondary have better digital skills than the ones at the primary. So just to avoid this unbalance, I will discuss with the ministry and see what's going to happen. We can definitely include them, but we have to make sure that they have some level of digital skills to be able to follow up the training. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I think probably if you have mostly secondary school teachers, then in this training day and the WhatsApp group, I think you could actually afford to have a few primary or elementary in each group because other people can help them. If it's all elementary, it might take the level down quite a bit, but people are usually very helpful to each other, showing them what to do, showing them how to use things. So a few might be a good idea.
Yeah,
Of course, it's
that's
up
a
to you,
good
of
thing.
course.
It's a
Yeah.
group effort. I mean, whenever we do this, people help out. So yeah, we can try and get initially it was going to be maybe half, but I think it's going to be too much. So maybe, I don't know, 10 people from the elementary if possible. I'm going to have a discussion with the ministry about that and get back to you as soon as possible. Probably for the follow-up training you have on the 27th. 25th, sorry.
On Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. Great. I don't have any more questions for you. I think we'll finish here unless there's any more questions. I'm going to post that follow-up video in the WhatsApp chat. So please watch that and do the tasks on that before Thursday session. You can do it Thursday really early if you like, as long as you've done it before then, this afternoon, tomorrow, or really early Thursday morning. Yeah, thank you everyone so much for joining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being participative. Thank you for being interactive, putting all your answers in the chat, showing that you're following, being enthusiastic, sharing your ideas, and please carry on with that. And I'll see you on Thursday morning, bright and early, 9 o'clock, in the different link for Thursday. I will share these, the videos of this when I make them into YouTube videos. I'll share the slides as well. So please go over anything. And also please ask any questions if they come up about what we've done today. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
And see you all on Thursday.
Inshallah.
Bye.